Welcome, everyone, to this exploration of Surrounded by Idiots by Thomas Erikson, a world-renowned Swedish behavioral expert and lecturer. With over 10 million copies sold worldwide, this book has become a global phenomenon for its practical approach to human communication. Erikson's mission is to move us away from the frustration of feeling surrounded by idiots and toward a place of mutual understanding. Today, we will extract the core learning objectives and tools you need to effectively communicate with every personality type you encounter in business and life. The core problem is often illustrated by Storr, an entrepreneur who believed everyone around him was incompetent because they didn't think or act exactly like him. Erikson posits a foundational principle. Communication happens purely on the listener's terms. Whatever you say is immediately filtered through the recipient's unique frame of reference, biases, and behavioral style. Therefore, flexibility is not just a nice trait, but the hallmark of emotional intelligence. You cannot communicate effectively if you rely solely on your own terms. To navigate these differences, we use the communication prism, which categorizes behavior into 4 colors based on 2 primary axes. The vertical axis separates task-oriented individuals who focus on results from relationship-oriented people who prioritize people. The horizontal axis distinguishes extroverts who maintain a fast, active pace from introverts who prefer a reflective and methodical pace. By combining these dimensions, we get the red, yellow, green, and blue profiles that we will analyze today.
Driven, decisive, and direct, red behavior is defined by a desire for results and speed, with a mantra of, let's do it my way, now. These task-oriented extroverts are action-oriented and fearless, often taking command in competitive or high-pressure situations. Their strengths include honesty and efficiency, as they move forward without getting bogged down in emotional drama. However, their idiot factor is that others often perceive them as aggressive, controlling, and poor listeners. They often step on toes without even noticing it. Creative, optimistic, and persuasive yellow behavior focuses on interaction and new ideas, driven by the belief that new is synonymous with good. These relationship-oriented extroverts are enthusiastic, charming, and natural out-of-the-box thinkers who elevate the mood of any group. While they are highly persuasive, their idiot factor involves being viewed as disorganized or overly sensitive to criticism. Because they communicate so much, they are often perceived as terrible listeners who are simply waiting for their own turn to speak. Stable, thoughtful, and reliable green behavior is the most common profile and serves as the balancing force in chaotic environments. Their mantra is harmony and security, often asking, how are we going to do this? It's not urgent, right? Greens are excellent listeners, deeply loyal, and highly cooperative team players. However, their desire for stability means they can be intensely conflict avoidant and resistant to sudden change. Others may perceive them as stubborn, passive-aggressive, or simply too slow to take a stand. Conscientious, systematic, and exacting blue behavior is driven by a quest for quality, facts, and rules, with a focus on doing things 100% correctly. These task-oriented introverts are thorough, objective, and vital for preventing disastrous mistakes in any project. They will read every manual before beginning a task. However, their idiot factor is being viewed as pessimistic, overly critical, or emotionally cold. To a blue, good enough is never acceptable, which can make them seem endlessly slow to act. To identify these types in daily life, we use the diagnostic matrix. Look first at the working pace. Reds and yellows are fast and urgent, while greens and blues are methodical and steady. Next, look at primary priorities. Is it the task or the people? Observe their stress response. Reds blame others, yellows talk more, greens become stubborn, silent, and blues withdraw into endless details. Finally, note body language. Reds use direct eye contact, while blues often maintain a still, closed posture. Understanding group dynamics reveals that the best teams require a mix of all colors to balance individual blind spots. Friction zones occur when profiles are direct opposites, such as the unstructured spontaneity of a yellow clashing with the rigid rules of a blue. Synergy happens when profiles bond over shared axes, like the task focus shared by reds and blues. A world of identical profiles is a disaster. Success requires the speed of red, the spark of yellow, and the precision of blue.
When working with reds, efficiency is your greatest currency. Do be quick, direct, and stick exclusively to the facts. Focus on results and stand your ground if you disagree, as they respect strength and direct pushback. Don't waste their time with social small talk or over-explaining the background. Never take their extreme bluntness personally. It is simply their method for getting things done. Above all, don't be a doormat, or you will permanently lose their respect.
To effectively engage yellows, you must prioritize the relationship. Do be warm and enthusiastic and explicitly allow time for socializing before diving into work. Focus your pitch on what is new and exciting and flatter their ego sincerely by acknowledging their ideas. Don't bog them down with Excel sheets, manuals, or fine details. Do not expect them to manage follow-ups and never criticize them in front of others, as they are highly sensitive to public humiliation.
Working with greens requires a foundation of security. Do slow down your pace and provide a safe environment where they feel supported. Give them ample time to process information before expecting a decision. Don't spring sudden, massive changes on them without warning, as this creates intense stress. Be careful not to mistake their silence for agreement. Finally, do not push them into the spotlight or demand that they take aggressive, uncalculated risks. When dealing with blues, your preparation must be flawless. Do come over-prepared with facts, data, and written documentation. Focus strictly on the task and respect their need for physical and psychological space. Don't try to be overly personal or chatty right away, as this arouses suspicion. Avoid improvising or exaggerating, because they will immediately spot the logical flaws. Never push for instant decisions. They must analyze every risk before moving forward. We must understand that overt behavior, the colors, is only the how, or the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface are the driving forces, which represent the why behind our actions. These are deep-seated values, such as a theoretical thirst for knowledge or a social desire to help others. To truly avoid miscommunication, you must understand a person's core motivations, not just their surface style. A person's color explains their communication method, but their driver explains their mission.
We conclude with 4 core takeaways for building better relationships. First, self-awareness is step 1. You cannot adapt to others if you don't understand your own baseline style. Second, the golden rule is flawed. Do not treat people how you want to be treated, but how they need to be treated. Third, adaptation is a skill that requires intentional energy and emotional intelligence. Finally, remember that diversity is strength. True success requires the speed of red, the spark of yellow, the stability of green, and the precision of blue.